In this video, I'm going to guide you to 3D capturing a fighter jet using this drone, step by step, starting from the preparation process to the on-site capture, and then eventually to the processing stage where you'll be able to see a 3D model of a fighter jet. Let's play a montage of the results you can get with this. If you're new in the drone world and you've picked yourself up a capable drone like the DJI Mini 5 Pro, but were disappointed in the tools available for data capture or unsure how to get started with data capture for photogrammetry or mapping, you're in the right place. I'm going to guide you through my process of getting amazing photogrammetry results out of this drone, to be exact, the DJI Mini 5 Pro, and any other drone that supports the DJI RC2 controller. Let's get into it. Alrighty, for this project, we're going to be using my website, path.scanair.ca. There is a free trial, so you can try this software out for yourself for one project, and if you like it, you can keep it. So we're going to go up to the top right corner, we're going to hit load, and then create a new project. We're going to call this CF100 because that's the fighter jet we're going to be scanning today. We're going to load that. I'm going to search up the address. As you can see, there's a fighter jet present. So we're going to go to the polygon tool. We're going to just make a rough outline of the jets. I'm going to name that CF100. Leave the height alone. So it starts off with an orbit. I'm just going to decrease the orbit offset so we get a closer scan and hopefully not hit those trees on the left. I'm also going to decrease the height of the scan, make it a bit tighter in certain areas. I think I like that about there. So we'll just take a look at the 3D preview. This is what sets our software apart from pretty much every other software. We have a 3D preview so you can see exactly what the drone is going to do. Since there is a hill, so on the right side there is a hill that goes up to the highway, we're going to add a terrain height offset just to make sure the drone won't run into the mountain. So this is all automatically calculated by the software. Now I'm going to create a new path. Since we don't just want to be doing a single orbit, we want to do a couple more things just to get the data. So we're going to be doing 3D Gaussian scanning today. So we're going to pick circle grammetry scan type, and basically what that's going to do is create a bunch of circles overhead of the object to capture as much parallax for Gaussian splatting and as much top data as possible, because we want to get data of the top layer just to see the overall area so we're not missing any data. So I'm just going to change the radius of the circles, play around with it a bit until I like something. I'm just change the camera angle to be a bit lower down, as I want to get more of the aircraft and less of the area around it. Alright, I think I like it just like that. So yeah, I'm just going to take a look at the 3D view. It looks like the height aware is still on as well. I'm going to turn off the height offset because it's not a very tall mountain, so I just want to get it at about the same height. So now we're going to create a new path. This is going to be the last one, so we're going to go a far orbit. So essentially, just to make sure there is absolutely zero data that we missed, I'm going to send the drone a bit further away and capture it from a further distance, just to make sure we have all data from all sides. So I'm going to adjust the height a bit until it's somewhere I like. I'm going to adjust how many levels are in the orbit, so I'm going to have 2 levels to get a bit more parallax and to match it up easier in the post-processing stages. So I have it at the height I like. I'm going to add a takeoff point because all heights on the DJI Mini 5 Pro are all based off your takeoff point. So if it's 30 meters up, that's 30 meters from your takeoff point and not sea level. So that's important to note. So now we're going to do a camera preview. So I just want to make sure it's capturing at a far distance what I like. The circle grammetry is capturing the correct parts of the subject. And as you see, it's going around. And then we'll check the perimeter as well and make sure looks correct. And yeah, I think I like the look of that a lot, so hopefully that will translate into our on-site capture. It is to note, sometimes when you get on site, there's objects or something in the way. You can always load this up on your laptop. Everything's saved to your account online, and you can modify the paths on site. So for all the waypoints, the maximum waypoints I would do on a DJI Mini 5 Pro is about 200 waypoints, and that's if you don't have the map open. So any more than that will get split into 2, so we're just going to make sure every path is under 200. About 100, 150 is about the sweet spot for this drone. So I just did a bit of an inspection of the site, and I noticed there's some trees So I'm just going to adjust the bounds of our far orbit a little bit, just to see if I can avoid that. And I will actually be marking those trees as an obstacle, so we know where it is, and then the obstacle avoidance can also try to go around it. So we're just going to put in the obstacle now. You just draw a polygon just like the subject, and we're going to name it trees. As you can see the obstacle in the viewer now, and you can see that the bottom part of the orbit is actually going straight through the trees, so that would cause a crash. Well, we're going to turn on obstacle avoidance to see what that does. It looks like it's just going straight around the obstacle, so obviously we don't want that. So we're going to have to manually edit the points, and you can do that in our software from the 3D panel. So we're going to turn off the obstacle avoidance again, and then I'm going to go and select the points that are intersecting, and then I'm going to use the translate tool, actually just translate these points out of the tree. So that's one thing you can do with our software in 3D without affecting the top ones. So many layers to your paths. Editing in 3D is like imperative to being able to avoid objects. So I'm just going to manually edit the points. I like the look of that. It'll just take a second to update in the map viewer. And I'm just going to take a look at the preview just to make sure our drone is still looking at our subject, which it is. So everything looks perfect. So now we're getting ready to export. You can either download the files and manually load them into your controller. I will put a link in the description on how to import them, or you can use the soon to come out DJI importer tool, which is what I was using, which will just allow you to pretty much automatically load it to the controller as long as it's plugged into your computer and you completed the setup process. So now that our pre-flight planning is over, at least in the ScanAir software, I'm going to go over and grab my cameraman and we're gonna go move to on-site. And we're gonna crash before we get there. We're going to our target today. It's more of a historical mission. Oh my god. Dude, my cameraman's getting fired.
You need a smoke machine.
So we're gonna go drive and we're gonna go capture the CF-100. We have all the 3 paths loaded onto the drone. So all we have to do is go to the job site. We're gonna charge them like $6,000 extra. All right, we just arrived at the job site. Anyways, we just saw someone get into an accident, so that's quite beautiful. Our height awareness checker actually took that into account, so hopefully we shouldn't run straight into the cliff, like that guy driving the truck.
Did you load any obstacles?
Yeah, the trees.
Oh, true.
We might still hit them, I don't know.
Oh, it's pretty windy out.
I did a little
Like
editing, manual editing, so it's not that way.
Is it going to do a 360 or what?
What's gonna do a 360?
The drone in the air. Is it going to do some... My drone could.
Do you even like work here? We're gonna go, we're gonna hide the map because that will lag out your drone. We're gonna go to the obstacle avoidance view. And we're gonna go ahead and load the first waypoint. Set, go next, go. All right, so now we're starting the loop, so it's starting to record.
I low-key thought a bird was your drone for a second.
So it's starting to record the close path here, and as you can see, it's avoiding the hill because it has the terrain detection. So it'll go down. Look, it'll go down. So it's actually pretty successful so far. I thought we're definitely crashing into a tree next time. Yeah, if you keep looking, we're getting the upper details of the aircraft now. So before we got the lower part, now we're going to get the upper part, and then I'm going to do a manual, like really low pass.
Look at that, eh?
As well. Yeah, it's perfect. I'm not doing any of this. It's automatically recording for me.
No, we've lost sight of the actual drone.
No, you can't legally say that. We still have eye of sight on the drone, actually.
Oh, I can see it.
Exactly.
You cut that part out. Cut that. You know how perfect that is.
We're just getting perfect captures. I am not touching this. Like, this is not black magic. This is scam air.
You're going to have to get real creative with the editing here.
You're fired again. All right, so we finished the first path.
Can I go home yet?
No. Yeah, you actually know what? You can go home. Fired for the 3rd time today. You come back to our view here and go select number 2. And I believe this is the circle grammetry. Press go again, and hopefully we don't hit a tree.
What is it doing?
So now the drone's essentially going to do a bunch of little circles to capture all the parallax and details of the above of this aircraft. So the screen will be lagging a bit just because the amount of waypoints it's on it, but the lag will not be apparent in the actual video. This one's going to take about 3 minutes.
Let's see if we get another car crash going.
Do you have a date or something, bud? Like, why are you so eager to go?
Dude, I want to go home. How to not get one customer.
The customers are gonna be so impressed. Hopefully we don't get attacked by any birds. It has been attacked by birds before. It's actually a pretty common occurrence where they think it's like a attack bird or whatever.
Oh, look at those attack birds over there. Just flew by.
Well, that is an attack bird. Those missile pods on the side there, those are actually missile pods. They're not actually drop tanks. Finish the circle grammetry. So now we're gonna go, I'm going to select path number 3, and this should be our last path. And this will just be a far pass. So it's gonna go a bit further out and just capture any detail we might have missed. So now we're getting a far view, and then it's gonna capture all that detail. And then I'm gonna do one more manual, like low pass, because these drones really don't like doing low work.
It has anti-aim.
Dude, like, why is it working?
I don't know, but there's a bird up there now. I can't look at the sun.
Just don't look at you have sunglasses on and you're not wearing them. Like, you're just looking at the sun. What do you, he has sunglasses. He's not,
sunglasses.
he's complaining about looking at the sun while the sunglasses are on his hair. Anyways, we're not even through one battery yet. We've only used 40% about.
And we knew this all ahead of time because of our amazing software.
Anyways, it's gonna try to come back.
It's coming back now.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one final manual power. So I'm gonna bring it down and I'm gonna aim the camera up a bit. All right, this is a good height. Yeah, there we go. So then we're gonna go spotlight. We're gonna go POI. I'm just gonna get it to rotate like that. I'm gonna get a low shot of this object. I'm gonna get a bit quicker because I'm lazy. Just making sure it's not gonna hit a tree.
Or a person.
So yeah, I'm looking at this little side cam, and I also have my observer here. And then I'm gonna get real close and see if I can get some details on the text here. I'm gonna stop recording, and then I'm gonna bring her back home. So that was a successful mission for ScanAir. We were only on site for about 15 minutes. We got all the scans we needed to get, and then we're gonna return home later, and I'll show you the steps to process the footage you get out of this, or images. Doesn't really matter what you get out of it. But yeah, I'll see you in now. Alrighty, for the post-processing stage, the first program we're going to use is Sharp Frames. So what we're going to do is drag the videos into the software, and the links to all the software will be found in the description below. They're all free. So once we import the videos, so we're going to change the frame rate of the video. 5 frames per second, and then we're going to prune the frames later. Actually, I think I'm going to do 10. I want about 2 frames every second. I'm just going to look at the amount of frames. And then we're going to hit extract. Once that's complete, we're going to set the batch size to 5. So essentially, it'll pick 1 out of every 5 frames that's the sharpest, and then extract that. And then we're going to save it to a folder called images in our project folder. And then we're done that part. Now we open up COLMAP. What we're going to do is create a new project, create a new database in the project folder. We're just going to call it db.db. For this tutorial, I'm just going to call it db2 since I already have one. And then we're going to select the images folder we just made as well. And then we're going to click save. So now we're going to go to automatic reconstruction, and we're going to set our workspace folder, which is our folder with all our images and the database. So it'll just be the CF100 in this case. Image folder, again, the images folder from earlier. And then we're going to turn off dense reconstruction and press run. Once that's complete, it should output a model in the sparse folder. Now we're going to open LichtFeld Studio. We're going to drag and drop the entire workspace folder, so the folder with the images and also the folder with the sparse model. And we're going to load that. If you're loading from COLMAP, the images won't be undistorted, so make sure on the right side you click the undistort image button. And then the next thing you should do is set your steps. About 55,000 and 2 million is like a quick one. And then we're gonna hit the start training button. All right, once you start the training, you'll see slowly your model will appear in front of you. It's less of a model, more of like a 3D reconstruction. And then it's going to take a couple hours. We're just going to align to ground level using the 3-point align tool, since COLMAP doesn't align properly. So yeah, now we're done. Now you can just hit export as PLY, and you should have your model good to go. And then you can share it on sites like Supersplat. I will link the results down in the description. So let's just show a little montage.